Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna learn how to make those Dragon Ball Z transformations. We're just gonna make it. We won't make the animations yet. I'm gonna make a part 2 on how to do that. But yeah, so whoops, I didn't need that open. I didn't need that open yet. Yeah. Okay. So in Starter GUI, the first thing we want to do is add a local script. So as soon as we do this, we want to delete this hello world, and the first line of code we want to write is get the player. Let's get the player first. Game dot players dot local player. So that's what we want. Um, yeah. And the next thing we want to do is let's also get the user input service. UIS equals game get service user input service. Now we want to user input service dot input began connect function. Let's see what's the okay. So we want to put the input and the game process event. I'm just gonna put it like that, not fully. So let me just tell you what this is. We got the player. We're gonna get this. We're also gonna have a user input service as a variable, so we can have this event, which will tell us if the user inputted something. Like, for example, if UIS dot wait, no. Sorry. If input dot user input type is equal to enum dot user input type equals keyboard. So just to tell you, this code only works on a PC. So we just checked if it's on PC. So if input dot key code is equal to well, what button should we choose? Let's go with G. Then so we there we are. So this is the button we're going to be pressing. So if we press G, this code will run whatever's in this if statement. So the next thing we want to add is go to replicated storage, add a remote event. Let's name this transformation, and then let's get this as a variable. Local transformation event equals game.replicatorstorage.transformation, and then transformation event colon file server. Do we want to put any parameters? Let's think about this. Yeah, let's put some parameters so we know which one we want to fire. So before we add some parameters, there's one more thing we want to do. So let's make our auras first. Let's make our aura effect. I already prepared an aura for this. Yes. Link in the description. Oh, this doesn't look good right here. Let me just increase the graphics. Yeah, this is what it looks like. So this is what the player is gonna have. This cool aura effect. So yeah. So Control G, and we'll do that. So what does that do? Well, it basically all it did was just put it in a model. We also want to add one more thing, is a module script. So let's have a module. Inside the module, we're gonna add module dot transformation equals function. Yes, this is what we want to have. So let's call this uh, let's call this SSJS Super Saiyan Blue. Don't add any spaces, that's going to make it hard. So don't add any spaces. So this is Super Saiyan Blue. We don't have the hair effect. I will make a video on how to add hairs. So put this on, don't put this on replicated storage yet. We also want to add a folder. So if we want to have more effects, more cool auras, aura transformations, we can just drag SSJ Blue into the folder, and boom, it's in the folder now. So let's call this transformations, and in local script let's add a variable called transformations. Okay, transformation mode. Well, this will just tell if it's no, let's just call it transformation. So next thing we're going to do is game.replicated storage dot transformations dot ss. Why is it not working? Is it? Oh yeah, I forgot. There's another thing called that. Let's call this transform event. Let's call this transform event so we don't get confused. Transform event. So in transformations, we're going to have a SSJ Blue. I don't have the hair yet, so yeah, that will work. Now the next thing we want to do is pass in the parameter. Pass this in the parameter as transformation event. That's what we need. Wait, no, not this side. Roblox just keep getting the wrong one. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So we find the event, and now we're passing this mode here. So the next thing we want to do is service script, and this is going to be the main code. Oh, I just realized. Let's make it easier, so we can have like the player to select what they want or their transformation. So let's just do one more thing. Game.players.player added connect function player. We'll just add this. Let's add this. Let's call this stat. Stat equals instance dot new folder, and then we're going to parent it to the player. Now we're also going to have this as a name, stat. We're going to change the name to stats. Player stats. And we're also going to have one more variable, and it's going to be an object value. And what should we name this? Let's call it mode. Which, since we keep saying transform, we'll call it transform. And it's going to be equal to instance.new object value. Let's parent it to stat, and then transform.name is equal to transform, and then transform.value is equal to what mode do we want it to be. So let's just copy this line of code here. let's copy this line and put it here like this one. This is what we want the object value to contain. So the next thing we want to do is, now, like, since the event has been fired, we fired the event thingy. Well, the next thing we want to do is, well, let's go do this. Game dot replicated storage dot transformation event dot on server event connect function player. That's our first parameter. That's what we want. The next thing we're gonna do is, well, let's get the player stats equals to player wait for child. Well, no, we don't. Find first child. This player stats. Next thing we're gonna do is, after it found that, we're going to do a transform equal to player stats dot transform. So yeah, now we got that. The next thing we want to do is, in this one, we also want to have a parameter of the char, the character. So the next thing we're gonna do is, wait, no, I forgot. Dot value. Next thing we're gonna do is local transform module is equal to transform dot. If we remember, the name of the module is module script. We should have given it a better name, but for now we're gonna give it. You can name it whatever you want, but make sure you just change this part to the name you changed this into. So we have that. Next thing we're gonna do is require. Then we're gonna have a transform module dot. What's the name of this function? It's called transformation. Put it here. Is equal to wait, no. Transform. We're gonna pass in player dot character. Now, since this is done, we're also going to pass in the. We're also gonna clone something. No. That's not. So next thing we're gonna do is local. Or since this aura is right here, this aura effect, we're gonna do this equals script dot parent dot aura effect clone or dot cframe is equal to the char get primary part c frame. So it's going to anchor to that. Oh yeah, and I forgot. Or no. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, or dot parent is equal to char, and let's add the weld. We're gonna add the weld. We're gonna add the weld thing. Then we're gonna weld it to the player. So instance dot new weld. So, and we're also going to parent it to the character again, and then we're going to set weld dot part 0 is equal to char dot primary part weld dot part 1 is equal to the aura effect. The aura. So that's what it did. So yeah, that's what this is going to do. Now, this code is fine and all, and it can work, and it will, but the problem is, how do we get it so we can, like, delete this effect? Because the next time you press it, you're just going to add another aura. So we're not going to try to do that. So the next thing we're going to do is go to the local script, add another variable called isMode equals false. If isMode is equal to false, then do this. IsMode equals to true. Else isMode is equal to false. We're also going to pass in a parameter called isMode. We're going to say we want this to transform, so we're going to add a true variable. No. Let's add just the isMode. At isMode. So that's what we're going to do. Next thing we're going to do is the isMode. If isMode is equal to false, then we want it to do this. Else, we're also going to have isMode right here. We're going to have, oh wait, why is this else? So we're going to pass in another parameter. We're going to do the same thing again here. Wait, no, why? We don't need to do this. I just realized that code is kind of useless. Okay, so this will still work. So we passed in that parameter. Now the next thing we're going to do is, we're going to have to add this back in the module script. I'm sorry. We're going to have the char next to it. We're going to have isMode. Now this is where we also need to name this aura. So name this aura. Dot name is equal to player aura. Okay. So we give this a name. If isMode is equal to I just realized this code is kind of useless. We can just pass in a value here. We can just put a local variable here and say no we can't do that. So we still have to do this side, because I just realized something. I thought that would work, but no it wouldn't. So yeah, isMode. So we're still gonna have that part. So if isMode equal to false, then do this. Else, so that's all the code here. And then aura. So the next thing we're going to do is, well, we're going to have the aura is equal to char find first child, and it's going to be called this player aura. Aura destroy. That's what we're going to do. Now this code should work theoretically. Oh, I just realized you can make this code even more useful. You can make this code even more short. You just need to add this part right here. So after this, let's try and test this game. So that was a pretty long video. Hello guys. One more thing. There's an error right here. See this transform variable right here. we forgot to add an S here. So add an S here, because right here we also said we also have an S here, transform, and right here transform. So try to get these two oops. Try to get these two names correct. Transform, you have to make them exactly the same, or else this code won't work. Same for player stats, you need this the same thing as player stats here. And yeah, other than that, the code's ready to go and test. Let's test for real this time. Let's see what's popping with that. Anyway, yeah, this is our game now. Let's press G. Would you look at that? Our code worked. Now, what happens if we take it off? If we go to check here, we press G, we'll realize that the code actually worked. So I'll model link in the description on the code. So we see the player weld, the player aura. Now the next thing we're gonna do is see if when we take it off. Oh, it does delete it. We also forgot to delete the weld. That's an easy fix. Or actually, all you really need to do to fix that error is really yeah, we are okay. So the easy fix is, well, we don't want to parent it to the character. We just want to parent it to the aura instead, because, well, by the logic is that if we weld it, if we parent it to the aura and then it's inside the aura, then we destroy the aura. Everything that's a child to the aura is also going to get destroyed, because we just parent it to here. Now the code works. Anyway, thank you for